What's up, my beautiful friends, and welcome to this movement snack class where I will be guiding you on how to use your countertop as a movement prop because it is more than just chopping vegetables that the countertop is useful for. So we'll be using this countertop as a movement prop to support us finding a deeper expansion through the ribs, incredible elongation through the side bodies and through the waistline, and more incredible expansion through the hips and the booty. If you don't have a countertop, just grab something about hip height and that will suffice just fine. And let's get to it. Well, welcome to your countertop space, and we will place the hands on the countertop. The full hand comes to the countertop, so it's not just partially on the countertop. The full hand is on the countertop to the base of the palm. Then step your hands a little bit wider than your shoulders to give the opportunity for the ribs to expand, and then step the feet back so they are just behind the hips. Bring a small bend into your knees, and when you bend the knees, let the butt go up rather than down. Push into the countertop to elevate the ribs, and we'll take a couple of bend and extends here. Deepening your breath through your belly, letting it flow through your nose as it fills the ribs. And notice I'm not just dropping my ribs here like so. I'm moving them in an upward direction. And I can achieve that upward direction when I push my arms, my hands into the countertop, bend and extend. We call this crouching cat in Bowspring. And when we're using a prop, we call it crouching kitty. Meow, meow, meow. And let's take it into twisted kitty. Twist your knees and your feet to the right. Draw your chin in towards your chest and begin to lift your right ribs towards the sky. Untuck your butt so your belly gets longer. Deepen your breath, lifting the right ribs. Do you feel this nice side body opener as you root the hips back and lift the ribs up? Then take a couple of bend and extends with the legs. All the while, the ribs are lifting. They're not dropping towards your thighs. Deepen your breath and twist your knees to center. Take in the opposite direction. Twist your knees and your feet to the left. Draw your chin in momentarily to fill your upper back. Then bend your knees again and root your hips back, and your belly gets longer as the ribs and the hips move in different directions. Push down through the hands, pulse the ribs high, and slowly begin to bring the movement into your legs as you bend your knees. Root the hips back. As you extend the legs, keep those hips really rooted back. And the left ribs are lifting towards the sky. Twist your knees and your feet to center. Bend into your elbows, push off of your countertop, and relax your hands by your side. Just pause and feel and come into contact with your breath. Riding the fullness in and out and allowing that pulse of your breath to help ground you into this beautiful moment that you are nourishing yourself with. Slowly lift the arms into the air, bend your knees, and slowly then lower your hands to the countertop. The full hand is on the countertop. And then just grab the countertop with your fingertips. It's very subtle, but it's almost like you're palming a basketball. There's a very unique engagement with the hands in Bowspring that keeps the energy from dropping into the wrists and into the joints of the hand. So we pull the fingers back, fill and lift the ribs by pushing your hands into the ground, especially the thumb mound and the pinky mound. Bend and extend in crouching kitty, meow, 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 meow. And as you bend the knees, butt blooms back, push into the countertop with about 5% of your energy. We don't want to overwork this to lift and elevate the front and back heart. Can you feel your belly getting longer? Okay, twist your knees and your feet to the right. Draw your chin in, lift your right ribs towards the sky. Bend the knees, sit the hips back. Then if you want to add on to this, you'll lift your chin from your throat, but the chin is aligned with the sternum, the front of the ribs, and then arc the left ear behind the shoulder. Push into the arms to create more space in the armpits. As the right ribs lift, the right hand can come into a dome hand. Bend and extend, using the left hand on the countertop to rise the ribs. And lower the right hand to the countertop and your feet and knees come back through center. Then let's take it to the opposite side. Spin your knees and your feet to the left. Push into the countertop. Draw your chin in towards your chest. Left ribs elevate. If you want to add the head into it as you lift your chin from your throat and arc the ear behind the shoulder. So we're not looking up. Please don't look up. If you're looking up, you're bringing an unhealthy twist to the spine in this position. So we want to lift the chin, arc the ear, right ear behind the shoulder, and your gaze is in the upper right-hand quadrant of your hand or in that vicinity. Left ribs elevate, left hand can dome. You're pushing gently down through the right arm and the hand to feel that posterior engagement of the right arm. Lean your head back, sweetly pulse. Expanding your awareness in this moment that you're sharing with yourself, and twist your knees and your feet back to center. Okay, so now step the feet shoulder width distance, and we're just gonna take some figure eights with the hips. So we're light through the heels. Okay, my heels are not heavy, they're light. And then find some fluidity here as you go, as you rotate them in a figure eight position, relaxing your belly, but pushing into the countertop. And push off of the countertop. Pause, feel, breathe. Expand your awareness inside of your body. Expand your energy. And for a nice hip opener, step the feet hip width distance apart. Lower your hands to the countertop. And then walk the feet a little bit closer together, and let's cross the left ankle over the right knee. So if the ankle is crossed, not just the foot where you're collapsing through the inseam of your ankle. Okay, we want it to be the ankle, and then widen the foot back behind you. Relax the toes, and then begin to lift the left knee ever so slightly forward, okay? Hands to the countertop. Now push your right knee into your left ankle as you bloom your butt back. Gently push your hands into the countertop to lift your ribs. Open belly, pulse. 3, 2, and 1. Just pause here. Lift the left foot, lower it to the ground. Lower the left foot, cross the right. It's the ankle that's crossing over the knee. Widen the top of your foot back. We call that a fiesta, so that lengthens the inseam of the ankle. Reach your right knee just ever so slightly forward. It's minuscule. Push down to rise high. Bend the bottom knee into the front ankle as you bloom the hips back and up. Pulse. Let your pulse be very slow. If you're shaking here, breathe into that shaking. To the same degree that you're experiencing sensation in your body or any trembling is that same degree of big breaths that you are engaging in. So the pulsing happens through the standing leg. The left leg is bending and extending. I'm also moving the ribs. 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Whoa. Do you feel that? Whoa, 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 whoa. I'm definitely feeling that. Okay, let's lift the ribs and take some figure eights through the hips. So you're just moving from one side, and then like we're just smoothly rolling to the other side. Keep your toes grounded into the ground, and then go in the opposite direction of your figure eight that you usually do. And nowhere are we popping the groins forward. I'm not doing this, okay? It's keeping the hips back behind us. Okay. And let's lower into chin up bar arms at the countertop. So you're walking the backside of the arms, the top of the arms to the countertop, and you're lifting your forearms. Make a loose fist with one hand. It's actually a seed hand that wraps around with the left. And you'll notice when you Push the elbows down and drag them back. It pulls the ribs up and expands them, yeah? Versus just collapsing the ribs down here. So we want to keep that engagement, but please don't overwork it. And so you're working at like 3 to 5%. Then you can kind of play with the legs here, twisting them left and twisting them right. Keep the toes grounded as you rotate left and right. Then heels to center. And as you root the forearms, bend and extend the legs. And you can relax your thumbs to the bridge of your nose. And then slowly lift up onto your hands. And take a moment as you integrate all of this expansion. Micro bend the knees. When you micro bend the knees, let the hips go back. Fill the ribs, the front, the back, and the side to side as you relax your traps, and then lift your chin from your throat. And here we are in a really empowered, healthy posture, just standing. That honors the natural curves of our bodies, the way that energy flows most, the easiest. And coming into a sky pose, not using the countertop, but lift the arms into the air, begin to arc the right ribs up towards the sky, and then to the left. Hover your left heel. It's very minuscule. I bet you can barely tell I'm hovering mine. Okay? Drag that left heel back as you reach the right ribs up, and you're lifting from the bottom of the right rib cage up into your right seed hand. Come through center. Arc to the right. Lift your left ribs into the air. Bend your knees and hover your right heel. Drag your right heel back. Pulse. Lean your head back to open your throat. One more time on each side. Sky pose right. Come through center. Sky pose left. Ground your toes. Deepen your breath. Let this moment hold you from the way that you're showing up inside of it. Stretch open your arms. Lift your ribs. Root that energy of your radiance. And then pause. Slowly relax your hands to your body. Close your eyes and just take a gentle sway. Now, please don't just collapse into your default patterns where you hyperextend the knees and push the groins forward and you close the belly. Stay open in this radiant posture as you integrate all of the space that you've created. As you soften your toes into the ground and bring a little bend into your knees. Let that energy fill like helium through your ribs. They elevate. And then lower your hands by your side. Great job, everybody. Now, if you are feeling slightly agitated or just a little like your nervous system stress response is kicking in, then I'm going to invite you into a deeper and longer assimilation. This is just simply conscious, deep rest. So go ahead and take a moment to rest for as long as your schedule allows you for. This is really big movement that we're participating in, especially if we're coming from this closed in, collapsed, tight, heavy place where we're dropping weight into our joints and we're not using the joints as they're intended as springs. So it's just big stuff. So I really invite you to nourish yourself however you need to after these classes. I'm curious how that felt for you. Did you feel the expansion of the ribs, the expansion of the hips? Were you able to feel a elongation through your side bodies? I'd love, love, love to know. Please drop a comment in this video and do all of the YouTube things to help kick this video into the algorithm, like, share, and subscribe. But actually, I'm going to emphasize the share part because there's a lot of people who are interacting with their countertops just like thinking that it's only used for chopping vegetables and maybe some other thing. But maybe they could be really served by learning how to do a twisted kitty on it or a crouching kitty. So anyway, so much love to you. Thank you for your time and your energy tuning into this. I hope it was meaningful and valuable to your body and helping you throughout your day. And I'm sending a ton of love your way. And I'm so excited to see you in the next video. Have a beautiful day.